Welcome to Adobe Firefly Boards, which is basically the cheat code to all things AI in Adobe. It's a great place to iterate, a great place to actually change up your images, as well as a great place to do mood boards and just lay things out visually on a canvas that stretches infinitely. In order to get started, we're gonna head over into our browser. So chances are you're gonna see this on your left. We're just gonna go ahead and create a new board. So the interface is fairly simple. This is a infinitely scrollable canvas. And on the left here, you have your select and hand tool. So similar to the Adobe programs, you can use spacebar with your left mouse button to pan around. Your selection is going to be V. And here you can also create a artboard similar to what you would have in Adobe Illustrator. And just to illustrate how to zoom in and out, you can go ahead and press Control or Option and use your scroll wheel to go in and out of the canvas itself. Since we're starting with the tools on the left here, we have text. Then we have things like rectangle, ellipse, line, and arrow. I personally find the arrow to be the most useful one, where you can point to different things on the canvas, change its color. And then we also have annotate, which you can draw with a pen. So if I change it to a color, I can draw whatever I want, anywhere I want. And also I can go ahead and use the highlighter to highlight different things on the page. So great way to annotate a board that you might be sharing with other people. Now, everything really begins once we have images on Firefly Boards. There's a couple ways to get your first image on the board. So number one, and probably the easiest way to do it, is to drag and drop an image into the canvas. So you can drag and drop it from anywhere. You can also do that by going into here, add content, go into your device and find the actual image. Now, the second thing you can do is to try to generate your own image. So down here, you have generate image, generate video, and presets. If I go ahead and click on generate image, it's going to bring up this board. And this board is kind of the heart of everything that we're doing here. So one thing that I think is really cool in Adobe Firefly Boards is you can sample different images and have it generate a prompt for you. So with this pulled up, I have this image that I pulled from Pexels, and what I can do is go and sample from canvas. So if I click on this image and click the scribe image, and before I go ahead and generate this image, there's buttons on the bottom to select from different models. So we have Flux, Gemini, GPT-2, Runway, as well as Firefly image. We're gonna use a Gemini 3.1, a portrait photo just to match what we have on the left there. And then we're gonna go ahead and make a 2K image. So here it's gonna tell you how many credits that's going to use. And when you hit generate, it'll take a little bit of time, but an image will come out. Now, after it finishes generating, you're gonna see it in your history tab. So this is the image that it generated. I'm going to go ahead and click place on canvas. And while it's done a good job of getting everything else in, I did see that in the prompt it's missing the pink and purple theme, which is okay. So one thing I'll draw your attention to is with any generated image on the top right here, you're gonna be able to mouse over and have this little pop-up box. If you want to use a surefire, commercially safe image, then I suggest you guys use the Firefly model. So with this one, you can see that it says you're responsible for determining whether the model is appropriate for your project, which means it's kind of up to you to determine whether this is commercially safe or not. If you are looking for a particular thing like outfit try-on and stuff like that, there is actually a button on the bottom that's optimized for that. So beside generate image and video, there's actually a preset where you'll see so many different things that people try to do over and over again, such as remove text, things like sketch to image. Now, I've personally spent so much time over the last couple of years just drawing in the computer. And while that's great for getting work done, I started feeling a little disconnected from the fundamentals of drawing and visual thinking. So recently I decided to get back into sketching, and that's actually how I ended up on Skillshare, which is today's sponsor. I took Brent Eviston's Form and Space 3D drawing and perspective class, and what I liked about it is that it wasn't just teaching how to draw objects, it was teaching how to think from form, volume, and perspective in three-dimensional space. One of the biggest takeaway for me was learning to break complex subjects down into simpler forms first. Cubes, cylinders, spheres, building the structure before worrying about the detail. It's something that applies surprisingly well to design too. Because whether you're creating a layout, a logo, or an illustration, you're really just creating different shapes and relationships. It's been a nice reminder that sometimes stepping away from the screen can actually make you a better creative when you come back to it. If you're looking to learn a new skill or revisit one that you've neglected for a while, Skillshare has thousands of classes taught by real creatives covering everything from drawing and design to photography, productivity, and illustration. The first 500 people to use the link in the description or use this QR code on the screen will receive 1 month free of Skillshare. So give that a shot, give that a try. Let me know what you guys learn and check out Skillshare. Okay, that aside, on the top is another very interesting and exciting bar. So the first one is going to be load, where if you click it, it's just going to regenerate your prompt in the prompt box. The second one, which is one of my favorites, is going to be vary. Now in vary, there's going to be 3 different options, more like this, keep style, and keep subject. They're pretty self-explanatory, but let me just show you what the results I get from this are. Okay guys, so it's going to generate a number of pictures. So here in this case, it's a 4x4 grid. And this is really good for if you want to do many iterations of the same image. When we did the more like this, it's going to pick up on a lot of these elements. So the lake, the mountains, as well as some of these benches or boardwalks as it has interpreted, it's going to be on here. With the keep style one, it's just going to pick up on the photorealism of the style for the greenery. So here you can see that it's generated a lot of these rolling landscape with the lakes. This one's a little bit random, but hey, we take those. And then with the subject, I think it's recognizing that the subject is one of the benches. Obviously, it's going to be better when you have people or any sort of character inside your scene. But here it's going to generate a lot of different scenes with the same lake, rolling hills, and this chair. Okay, so zooming back into this image, we can also go ahead and edit it. So here I'll show you guys what the insert does. If we want to add a subject right here, let's say we want to add a person that's dancing in a white dress. I've highlighted the area where I want the subject to be. And then all I have to do is go ahead and insert. You can see that it's only going to use 1 credit. And after a little bit of time, you can see that Firefly will give us 3 different options to choose from. If I go ahead and zoom in, you can see that all 3 of these work with the actual background that we have. So I really like the first one. I'm going to go ahead and just press keep. Similarly, if we take this image and go into edit and hit remove, we can remove anything we want in this image. So for example, if I want to hit and remove this cloud, I'm going to first turn up my brush size and then just make sure to highlight all of this cloud that is in the scene, and then go ahead and just type remove the cloud or just click remove. All right, so once again, 3 different options. It didn't fully remove all of the clouds, but I actually kind of like the second one where there's a tiny bit of clouds in the sky, but it's not a big overwhelming chunk. So with this image selected, you can also go ahead and expand the image. So for example, if I click expand and just drag this image out so that it is a nice square, and I just want to push this image all the way to the right to give me a little bit more lake, I can go ahead and click expand. Okay, once again, 3 different ways that it's stitching the image and making the image actually expand. All right, this next one's really cool. If you have any image that has words in it, what we can do is go into edit and then edit text in an image. It's going to use Flux and it's going to analyze everything and then make it editable. If I change the name of seagull into something like elephant, it's going to write elephant and nothing's going to change yet until we hit generate down here. So I'm also going to change this on the cup mockup to elephant. And then we're going to hit generate and just see what it actually does for us. Here we go. It's changed the font on the cup or the mockup into elephants, and it matched the font of what we were using as the same as before. Another really cool thing that you can do is combine many different images into one. So in this case, I have 4 different reference images. You just have to go into the generate image taskbar and then make sure you're using either Gemini or GPT-2. And then all you're gonna have to do is drag all of the image that you want into these little tabs here. So I'm gonna drag all 4 of these guys in, and then I'm gonna tell it where I want everything to be and which one to use as the base image. And then I'm gonna hit generate. Another way to actually load all of these images in is if you go over here to capture area as reference, and then just zoom out a little bit and just capture this one area with all of your reference images. It'll actually just take a screenshot and then basically come out with a very similar result as if you are also uploading all 4 of these images. So over here are those results. There is first a combination where I made it into a square resolution and then a portrait resolution, and then this one is using the capture area method. So it's done a pretty good job of all 3 of these. I would say that I really enjoy how the reflection on the kayak as well as the water ripples work really well in this one especially. So as if that's not enough features, we can also turn this into a 3D model. All you have to do is select this, go to convert, and then hit image to 3D. I'm gonna go ahead and just drag that over here, and it's gonna take a little bit of time to process. Okay, so after it loaded, you can see it literally freaking generated an entire model for us. So here there's a couple of controls. You can zoom in and out. You can turn it left and right, up and down like this. This is left and right. That's pretty cool. Also something that you can do natively in Adobe Firefly Boards. And guys, if that's still not enough, we can also generate video. I'm gonna show you guys 2 ways to do it. One is if you just have one image and you want to generate video based off of this, you can go ahead and just put this as the first frame. So here I use the eyedropper as the first frame, and all I want to do is make the ant walk. So I'm just gonna put that in, select your model, your aspect ratio, and your resolution, and then just hit generate. Now, no, this is gonna cost a lot of credits, so make sure you know exactly what you want before you actually generate it. For this particular video where I just want the ant to walk, this is what it generated. A really good video of the ant basically walking across the leaf. This is insane. And the second is if you have a first frame and a last frame. So here, if I go ahead and select this as my first frame, and then this as my last frame. So if I click last frame and eyedropper this, I can go ahead and just describe what I want. So if it's a zoom out shot, then I can just tell it to do that. And this is our video. And that's all the features I wanted to show you guys for Adobe Firefly Boards. It's absolutely jam-packed with a bunch of AI features. Let me know what you guys think. If you did learn something from this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.